So today's lesson, the objective is I can read and write decimals in expanded form and expanded form with exponents. So we've already written whole numbers in expanded form and also written those as exponents. So we're going to do that today with decimals. So to begin, let's remember that when writing a number in expanded form, you show how much is represented by each place value. And then all of those values are added together to create the number that we're trying to represent. So in this case, we have 1/1, 1/10, 1/100th, and 1,000th, altogether making 1 and 111 thousandths. So this tenths shows that we have a whole broken into 10 equal parts. The hundredths place shows that we have a whole broken into 100 equal parts. And the thousandths place shows that we have one whole broken into 1,000 tiny parts. So our one whole is represented with the number 1. And then we're going to recognize that we have 1/10, which written as a decimal looks like this, plus 1/100th, plus 1,000th. So we can write our number 111, 1 and 111 thousandths as a number written in expanded form representing the amount that's in each place value. So this number written in word form is 1 and 111 hundredths. And we can use this place value chart to figure out how we can write it in expanded form. So we're going to write this number in expanded form showing decimals, in expanded form using fractions, and then expanded form with exponents. So when we write this number in expanded form with decimals, we see that we have 1 plus 1/100th plus, 1/10th plus 100th plus 1,000th. Okay. If we were to write it in expanded form with fractions, we would say 1 plus 1/10th plus 100th plus 1,000th. Okay. So both of those represent how much is in each place value. Okay, and if we were to write this with expanded form with exponents, we would write 1, and then the denominator would be 10 to the first power, which is the same as 10, so that would show 1/10. Or we would have 1 with a denominator of 10 to the second power, which is how we would write 100 as a power of 10, so that's 1/100th. And we can also represent 1 with a over 10 to the third power, which is 1 and 1,000th as well. So all of these are 3 different ways we can represent 1 and 111 thousandths. So let's think about how we could write 2 and 435 thousandths in expanded form. So remember, when writing a number in expanded form, you show how much is represented by each place value. So all the values are then added together. So let's see if we can expand 2 and 435 thousandths. So we know that 2 ones, okay, plus 4/10ths, plus 3 hundredths, plus 5 thousandths can be written as an expanded form using decimals. Okay, we know that we can also represent this as 2 plus 4 times 10, 4 times 1/10. Okay, that means that we have 4 1/10ths in this number. Okay, we also know that we have 3 1/100ths in this number, so we can represent that by 3 times 100th. And we have 5 1,000ths in this number. Okay, so we can represent it, and we'll put it into a set of parentheses to show that each amount is showing the tenths, the hundredths, and the thousandths that we have. So this same amount can be represented as a fraction. So we can say 4 times 1/10, because that means we have 4 tenths. We could say 3 times 100th, representing the 3 100ths that we have. And we have 5 1,000ths being represented by 5 times 1,000. So we can represent this again, but this time showing the exponential form. So we can say 4 times 1 over 10 to the first, which is 4 times 1/10, representing our 4 1/10ths. Okay? Instead of saying 3 times 100th, we can shorten it by saying 3 times 1 to the second 1 over 10 to the second power, which represents 100th again. And we can also do, instead of 1,000th, we can show 1,000th by writing 1 over 10 to the third power. And we have 5 of those, so we multiply it by 5. Okay? So now you know how to represent, and you're going to, with pencil, give it a try. So this is the number in standard form. Okay? First you're going to write it in word form, and then you can use this place value chart to help you. Now remember, this is where you put your digits, okay, in this top box. And in the bottom box, you can use that to represent how much of each place value you have. Okay? Once you have completed it, you are going to press play, and you're going to check your answers. So, in standard form, or as you can see, I have put my number into the place value chart. So it's 22 and 603 thousandths. So that means that I have 2 10s, 2 1s. So 2 10s is 20, 2 1s is 2, 6 tenths is 6 tenths, 0 hundredths is 0, and 3 thousandths is represented as 3 thousandths here. So let's start by writing it in number word form. 22 and 603 thousandths. In expanded form with decimals, it would be 2 times 10 plus 2 1s, so 2 times 1, plus 6 hundredths, so 6 times 6 times 1/10, plus 3 times 1,000. In this case, we don't have any hundredths, so you're not going to represent them when we write it in expanded form. If we were to turn that to expanded form with fractions, it would be 2 times 10 for our 2 10s, 2 times 1 for our 2 1s, plus 6 times 1/10 for our 6 tenths, plus 3 times 1,000th for our 3 thousandths. And if we were to write those in shorter form, it would be 2 times 10 to the first, it should say, plus 2 times 1, or 2 times 10 to the 0 power, plus 6 times 1 over 10 to the first power, or 6 times 1/10, plus 3 times 1 over 10 to the third power, or 3 times 1,000th. So now you know how to represent numbers in expanded form using decimals, expanded form using fractions, and expanded form with exponents.